All right. It's hot. It's been a long day, a lot of filming, and another video, folks. We're getting ready to go get up with Corso again, get another update, and there's some major things that's taking place with Corso right now. Jellicoe, take it away.
Do you want me to tell them everything? I can't tell them everything. That's what the video's for, man.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Damn. Could have been.
They won't watch anymore. You'll get 60 seconds of video, and that's it, man.
All right, well, tell you what. How about we do a little mail time video real quick?
Mail time? Wow.
We only got two things right here. These are the two things. This is something about buying a house, and let me show you this letter that I just got. Jellicoe, you know, like how you tell me, you know, it hurts your feelings sometimes when people say mean things about you.
Well, dude, I can't believe you said that, but yes, it does.
So look at this. This comes to me today. It says Joseph Paul Guerrero II. This comes to my home address. CO. What does CO mean? Like
care of.
Care of Prozac and lithium. And look what they've wrote on the letter right there, folks. I don't know if you can see that. It says something like, it says Felon Employment Incorporated, care of McDonald's, care of day labor, care of unemployed. Nothing in the envelope.
There's nothing in the envelope. Just to say, hey.
You could have sent me $5 at least.
I mean,
Jesus. So it is what it is. There's the little show and tell for the troll.
For the trolls.
He's probably got his finger up his right now, laughing.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Don't be mad you ain't out here doing nothing to help
It's
folks.
crazy because I go in the comment section and you always see people that just hate and they're just hateful. I got one in particular. I want to send a shout out to you, Miss Kelly Clark. I love you. Yeah, she goes on every single post that someone posted. It's like, hey, Jellicoe's doing good, or I like Jellicoe. And she always has some comments. So I figured I'd give you your 2 seconds of glory.
There it is. But moving on. Folks, we've been working all day. We've been getting a lot of videos filmed, and
yes.
Special shout out to Jellicoe. Jellicoe's been adding a lot. I can't say that enough.
I appreciate it, brother. Yeah.
Of course, man. We're getting ready to go see. God, man, there's so many people we're working with. I'm always like, we're getting ready to go see Remy. I mean, no, that's not. Jumet. No, we're getting ready to go see Corso right now. Little update with Corso. Some big things that we're getting ready to share with you guys, and After Prison Show is doing phenomenal work. I'm very proud of everything that we're doing, and I think you guys are really going to be happy to hear what we got going on. Jellicoe, you think they'll be happy?
Yes, absolutely, man. The Army has got our backs, man. I talked to everybody on either Facebook, the fan page, or in the comment section, man. We have a lot of support. We have a lot of support, a lot of people backing the new individuals, coming a lot in the comment section and just stuff like that, man. And that's the fuel that keeps the fire burning. You know what I'm saying?
That's the fuel to keep the fire burning. Heck yeah. Well, we're getting ready to go pick up Corso and hear what he's got to share. So we're going to step it up a little bit right here. We got Corso. We just picked him up, and we got a camera in the back now, so boom. Boy, we got that taxi cab confessions jumping for real. All right, so we're picking up Corso, and right in front of us, you guys you can't see this, there's a bank right in front of us. And Corso, talk about what you was just doing up in that bank.
Just opened up a checking account with my brother. You know, he's a member of Navy Federal Credit Union. It's a good bank to bank with, he's always told me. So I opened up a bank account there, applied for a credit card. I guess I got approved for a $500 credit card, which would be great help to me right now. So just getting little odds and ends, you know, that I need. I'm not gonna go crazy with it. I'm not trying to mess up my credit. I got a fairly decent credit score thanks to my brother. Once again, he put me on his credit cards and stuff.
Dude, you got you a bank account and a credit card, man.
Yeah. You know, man, I was working my butt off, man. They won't give me a credit card, man. I even got money in the bank.
Yeah, they look at you and you can't be trusted, man.
Yeah, I know, right? They look at me, they're like, nah, buddy, your credit's no good here.
Yeah, run a parlay or something.
Yeah, I start running store box in order to get some credit.
Yeah, they know people that run store boxes got good credit, man, you know. We're the one that give people credit in the penitentiary, so, you know.
There you go. You probably put that on your resume.
Yeah, I use that as a reference.
I'm overextended.
But even bigger than, I mean, I don't know if it's bigger, but it's just as big as, you know, getting the bank account and getting the credit card. Corso, tomorrow, you're working.
Yes, sir. Start work tomorrow with Darnell, man. Get to go painting at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm excited, looking forward to it. Went and got up my old boss man yesterday. The guy I used to work for, man, and he threw me like 5 Sherwin-Williams t-shirts he had laying around, brand new fresh t-shirts, so I'll be looking nice and professional when I go to work. That's always a plus, you know.
Well, heck yeah, Darnell's a super awesome dude, and not only are you starting work tomorrow, so is Ju-Man. Both of you guys are actually getting ready to be working together.
That's awesome.
That's pretty crazy to think about, and it's got to give you some kind of a peace of mind knowing that, here's some work, here's a work opportunity for you.
Damn right, man. Ju-Man's a good buddy of mine too, man. I'm glad he's being able to get some work done too, man, for real. Every little bit helps out here, man. I'm just happy I'll be able to be working and put some money in my pocket and be able to pull some of my own weight, That goes a long way.
Well, it's definitely about to start for you tomorrow. You've been taking the baby steps and taking it not even slow, because you've only been home for a week now and you're getting ready to be starting working tomorrow. But, if transportation's ever an issue, there could be a moped if you're interested in that. I'm not going to, try to sell you on a moped, but, that opportunity could be there as well.
That would be cool, man. And I probably will be interested in one of those, man. Like I said, even when I got a car, man, those things are cool just to ride around on, man. I would like to have one just to ride around one back and forth to the store just to bullshit on it. If anything else, once I do get my license back, I'd like to still keep it, you know what I mean? So
they good on gas mileage, I'll tell you what.
Definitely.
Yeah, and it's because he's lazy. You didn't want that's all that means. It's because he's lazy.
Well, I'm not lazy when it comes to working. You'll see that.
Well, it's an opportunity tomorrow for you to be able to prove yourself. It was crazy because today we were able to get both of you guys in there. I didn't know if it was going to be just one or none, and I'm just glad that it was both of you guys.
Yep. Thank y'all. Thank After Prison Show, everything, for helping me out with these opportunities. I really appreciate this, man. Like I said, this is a great program, man, for helping people out coming home. I love it.
How's the support been through the channel and stuff like that? Have you've been talking to a couple people on the channel and stuff like that?
I haven't really been talking to them, but I mean,
Did you ever get on Facebook?
No, I still haven't set up a Facebook page yet, man. I need to. Maybe y'all can help me out with that. I don't know. I need to set up a new one because I keep trying to open up my old Facebook account, and I'm not. It won't let me do it because I even got my old phone number and tried to do it like that, but I don't know. I'm just.
They don't like you, man. Some people don't like me. Facebook don't like you, man. That's what happens, bro.
That's all right. I can do without Facebook. I'd rather have the credit line.
I guess what we're getting ready to do right now is we're getting ready to hear a story from you. And this is a crazy story that you shared with me and Jellico. And Jellico's actually got a story about this as well. But it deals with a pretty crazy thing to experience and go through while in prison. And you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. With the extortion deal you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened on my first bid, man.
Whoa.
Oh, all right.
We got to get a little more formal. We got to get a little more formal than taxi cab confessions right here.
No problem. I understand.
All right. Well, it's good to hear you laughing, Corso.
Yeah.
And I appreciate your willingness to sit in front of these two cameras like we're doing a police interrogation, because I can only imagine that's what it feels like.
Been through enough of them.
So you're quite familiar with the process.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Look, you shared a story with me off camera. I really want to hear this story from you. And it involves extortion. And this was a time when you dealt with this personally. So I want you to just start from the beginning and, tell us this story. Where were you at when this took place? And let's start from there.
Yeah, it was my first time in prison, man. I was at Deep Meadows Correctional Center. Okay, it's my first time ever being in the system, and I was new to everything. But I've always been a hustler and always knew how to make a dollar before I even went to prison. So I'm at this place and I get a job in the kitchen. I'm working in the kitchen as a baker, and my buddy Gene, he's like the head staff cook. Okay, so he's got a lock on like all the exclusive stuff, man, that they got in there. They got Philly steak and cheese. I mean, like steaks and onions and peppers and, shrimp. And that staff ate so good at Deep Meadows, it was ridiculous. You know what I mean? So, and then I worked in the bakery. So I'd make all the sweets and stuff, man. I'd make cookies and rolls and, whatever you make in a bakery, So we had it worked out, man. We had it worked out so good. Like we were getting all these things. Like my buddy, he'd make this big old thing of peppers and onions and steak and everything, right? We'd send some cheese out and I'd bake all the rolls and we'd send them out through the tray window. And we had it organized like a motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? We'd have these guys come in like hey, I need 3 dump trucks a day. And I'm like, okay, yeah, and the dump truck would be the guy I'd have coming into the kitchen, and he'd be picking up the load, you know what I'm saying, picking up the load and bringing it back. So
he was the delivery guy.
he'd be the delivery guy, correct. You know, I'd pay these guys $2 to bring back each load, and these guys were loving it. Everybody was making money, you know what I'm saying? I'd pay them back. They'd come in there breakfast, lunch, and dinner and bring back something from each meal, so they could be making $6 a day, which that doesn't seem like a lot, but $6 a day is a lot in prison, especially when you're not making but like 35 cents an hour. You know, we had it going on, man. Like my buddy, like I said, he would get all the steak and onions and peppers together. I'd make sub rolls, and we'd wrap all this stuff up and send it back. By the time we got to the pod, we'd be making Philly steak and cheese subs, man, selling for $6 a whop, and they'd sell out within 30 minutes, man, literally. Like, I mean, I had a lock on the brownies and stuff, man. These brownies came made up in a rack, 24 in a rack, and I'd send out 2 racks at a time. And one guy would put one under each arm, and he'd bring it back to the dorm. By the time he got back to the dorm, we had 48 brownies. I'd sell out in about an hour and a half, man, $1 a piece, $48 in an hour and a half. I mean, that's good money for out here, so you know we were killing it in there. You know, when you're doing things like that, you know, it draws attention. You know what I mean? When you're making money like that and other people aren't getting money, they want in. You know what I mean? They're trying to figure out how you're getting this money. Everybody watches everything that's moving in there. You know, you got to be aware of your surroundings and what's going on, who's doing what. This particular time was my first bid, and it brought me some unwanted attention. Okay, there was a couple blood dudes, you know what I'm saying, that actually ran down on me and my buddy Gene one time in the bathroom. They tried to tax us, you know what I'm saying? They're like, look, you're gonna have to start giving us X amount of dollars or whatever a week or whatever if you wanna keep doing this, or you're just gonna have to start breaking us off with some of this package or whatever, you know what I mean? Or, you know, that's just the way it's gonna go down, or it's not gonna happen, you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous, you know what I'm saying? These are 2 pretty big dudes, you know. My buddy Gene, he was a big old country white boy, you know what I'm saying, that I wasn't worried about him too much, but me personally, I didn't weigh but about 160 pounds, you know what I'm saying, my first time in prison, so I didn't know what was gonna go down, if these people had knives or how any of this was gonna play out, you know what I mean? But being my first time and everything, I just, you know, I've never been one to back down anyway, man. Like I said, I'm not a bad nothing, but I've always stood my ground, you know what I mean? And, you know, me and Gene, we both stood our ground. We didn't accept what they were offering, you know what I mean? So then after they figured out they couldn't shake us down for any money, we didn't let them extort us, you know what I mean? But they damn sure tried, but then they started getting to some of our packages, okay? So we pay the guy at the tray window like $2 to pass the stuff out. We pay the guy in the cafeteria to bring it back, pay him another $2 and all this. We'd have the guy in the tray window with the pack about to pass it out and everything. Well, the pack would never make it back because, you know, he might have one of his blood homies or something in there and he'd knock off the pack and it would never make it back. So we might have a whole bunch of steak and no rolls and stuff when we get back to, you know, trying to make these Philly steak and cheese subs, you know what I mean? So we just had to sell meats out of it or whatever, you know. We had some issues with that, you know what I'm saying? We still made money, but they just made it a little more difficult for us. And it wasn't an issue, you know what I mean? If somebody else was trying to get money, you know what I'm saying? We would have helped them out. We would have still sold you something and we wouldn't have charged you, you know, an extreme amount or whatever, like the same prices we're breaking it down for when we bring it back or whatever. But, you know, these guys were just being greedy, man. They just thought they were going to strong arm us and take our stuff or just make us pay them a tax every month, and we just weren't going for it, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's just one situation that I personally had to deal with, you know what I mean? That's pretty much the only time I've ever really had somebody try to extort me for real. But I mean, it goes on in there, you know, with a whole lot of people, and some people just don't stand their ground. And as soon as you don't stand your ground in a situation like that, they're going to take advantage of you. I mean, any chance they can get, man. It's just the way it is.
So when they came into the bathroom to approach you and your buddy Gene, you know, and they tell you, hey, you're going to pay us if you want to continue to do this, what is the response from the two of you to these guys?
You ain't going to get it like that, that's for sure. You know what I mean? I mean, we can handle this in here or do what we got to do. I said, but we're not giving you anything that we got. And they were like, you know, they didn't like it. And basically, I mean, I don't know if they had to go talk to their higher ups or whatever they were going to do for there or whatever, but they never came back to us about anything. You know what I mean? But like I said, they just went the other route, knowing we were going to stand our ground and knowing there would be consequences for them too. You know, maybe they didn't want to go to the hole. Maybe they had some other money-making ventures that would have got tricked up behind messing with us, you know what I mean? So there's always other things, you know, penitentiary is a lot of politics too. Just like if you're running a store box or something, man, you got a guy that owes you $10 and stuff, but you got $150 owed to you. So you don't want to go trick up this $150 you got out here over a little $10, you know what I mean? So it's all politics, man. You got to pick and choose your battles. You got to, some things you got to eat and some things you got to fight for, you know what I mean? It's just, you got to pick what's worth it to you,
I want to ask you this as well, and this is going to be kind of off subject, but this is probably something that you want to address. You asked me off camera, or maybe we were filming, I don't know, but you asked me off camera about some comments that you see on the videos that we've been filming with you. And there was one particular comment that was in relation to something that you said about Jew Man?
Oh, yeah. I made a remark to Jew Man, Jew Man used to sleep one bunk over from me at St. Brad's, you know what I mean, right before we came home. He came home about 2 months before I did, you know what I mean? We were really tight, you know what I'm saying? I've talked to Jew Man since I've been out. He was just over at my house yesterday. Y'all hooked him up with a scooter and everything. He came over there to see me, you know what I mean? We sat down, had a little chat, he's doing good. I'm happy for him. Tried to help him out with some work, through my brother's wife who, she's in a position at a temp agency, and I'll try to, get him a job through there because he said work was kind of slow where he was at right now. But, kind of upset me a little bit because one of the comments somebody made a comment talking about how negative I was being mentioned in prison and everything. But, I wasn't trying to be negative in any sort of way at all. You know what I mean? Jew Man is a friend of mine. You know what I mean? He's a good dude. I never had any issues with him. I wouldn't want anybody to think that I was saying anything negative about him because we've just never had a negative relationship at all, and it just kind of got on my nerves a little bit that somebody that didn't know them at all was trying to make a comment about what I was saying to him, someone that used to sleep next to the man every day, you know what I'm saying, one bunk over from him, somebody that actually had a relationship with this guy.
Well, unfortunately, sometimes there will be some negative comments. It's just the way that this works. But real quick, one final thing that I want to talk about is the reason I wanted you to share your story of dealing with extortion and how that is a very common thing that happens in prison. Jellicoe's also got a story about it as well, is because, you may not even know this about Jew Man. And Jew Man is a very solid dude. But that was something that he did throughout the time while he was locked up. He used to rob people, and there was violence as a part of that. And it was survival of the fittest. And, only the strong survive, as cliche as that is. But that wasn't the Jew Man that you got a chance to meet. You got a chance to meet the Jew Man who had a release date that was actually in his lifetime. And I want you to talk a little bit about, your relationship with Jew Man, because one thing that he shared with us that maybe I know a lot of people are probably going to find hard to stomach is that, white people in prison are oftentimes the targets for extortion. And I want you to first start with your overall interaction with Jew Man, and then that thought right there, that oftentimes white people can be the target in prison.
Like I said, me and Jew Man, I met him at the end of his bid coming home. To be honest, I didn't really know a whole lot about his past or anything then. For the most part, unless I know usually if you know somebody's got some really messed up, heinous charges, such as being a pedophile or rapist or something like that, you know what I mean? Those are the people you really know. But everything else, I really don't ask about it unless I feel like I need to, or, I don't know if that makes sense, but, you just don't ask about these things. Usually it's just how you develop a relationship with one another, from the people that are around you. You try to keep a good relationship with the people that are around you. Like I said, I had a store box in there, and Jew Man used to get stuff from me sometimes from the store box, and he was a solid dude. And I never had to worry about him. He always paid me back on time, never had not one issue with him. As soon as he got his bag back, he was just a solid dude. He would pay me back what he owed me before he even put the rest of his stuff in his locker. And I respect that, because I would do the same thing for somebody else. On the note of white people being one of the main targets in there, yeah, that's true. The reason for that being is it's usually about, 90% black. It's 5% white, 5% Hispanic, you know what I mean? So we're definitely a minority in there. So I hate to say it, some people of course, still have a resentment against white people for things back in the day, you know, that I never had any control over, and not my parents or grandparents, you know what I mean? So I hate to say that, you know what I'm saying? I've never been a racist person, you know what I mean? That's just not me. If you're a good dude, you're a good dude, man, whether you're white, black, Puerto Rican, whatever, you know what I mean? Same thing, vice versa, you know what I mean? It's just, I judge you on who you are and how you treat me, and I treat you how I would want to be treated, you know what I mean? And I carry that with anybody.
I really just want to get your opinion on those things right there, and I really appreciate you taking the time to share this story with us about your experiences and allowing us to chronicle things going on with you as you still get used to and continue to get your life back after prison. And as we wrap this up, you know, I want you to just end this on a positive note. I always like to wrap it up on a positive note, and just talk to us about how you're doing right now with the work prospect, with the bank account, with the positive things that are, you know, starting to fall into place in your life.
Man, it's great. Like I said, I've been enjoying time with friends and family. I have been taking it kind of slow here this first week out. I opened up a bank account today. I got approved for a credit card. I mean, it's not a lot, it's $500. I should be getting that in about a week. I got a job starting tomorrow, you know, just something part-time for now, like I said, until I can help my brother get these projects out of the way he's trying to get me to do. But, you know, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to getting started to work tomorrow. Like I said, I've never been the type to depend on nobody. I've always carried my own weight, you know. I just part of being a man, you know. I enjoy being a man. I enjoy going out there and working and paying bills and everything, you know. That's just the type of person I am, man. I'm looking forward to getting back to that, you know.